Hello and welcome back. This is ProTaleDev back with another game jam video, and this time we're looking at a more Christmassy game jam that I want to take part of. So far I'm 3 days in. As you can see right here, I'm 3 days in. What I'm going to be doing is just showing what I've made on the first day. The way I do that is I have the game and then I just make a copy of it and work on the next day. So I can just go to each day whenever I need to, just while I'm doing this video later on. So that's why I can go back to my first day's version. So as you can see right here, this is the winter break jam. I'm actually not doing the Yogscast game jam. The reason this video is a bit late is because initially I was waiting for the Yogscast game jam to start. However, it was announced that there wasn't going to be one this year, and I didn't find that out until a little bit late. So unfortunately I had to basically give up on that, but I then decided I might as well just take part in this game jam instead, and this one's going to be a bit more chill, so it's going to be a lot more relaxing. As you can see, we got it started on the 11th of December, so yeah, at the very beginning, and what we got right here is it's going to finish on the 18th, so we got a few days to work on it. The restrictions are for the voting is very relaxed, and you can see we have a theme here, which is Day1, which is going to play into our game a little bit later as well. So the idea for the game jam is that we're going to have a very basic concept, which is just to collect parts for a sled. That's going to be the main goal. You're going to also have to defeat lots of Christmas related enemies that are going to get thrown at you. They're going to spawn in waves, different waves, and you're going to be able to build up a score and use that score to open the map that you're on. And that's going to allow you to go and find and explore the areas and find those specific sled parts. In order to defeat these enemies though, you're going to have weapons. So you're going to start off with a snowball. That's going to be your default weapon. And then you're going to have things like a pudding bomb, you're going to have maybe a turkey, different kind of things that are going to appear as weapons that you can use in some way to help you defeat more enemies. So the overall scenario is that Santa has decided that everyone is naughty and doesn't deserve a Christmas, and you, an innocent child, has decided that you absolutely deserve a Christmas and everyone else deserves a Christmas. So you're going to try and get the sled together, get all the parts, and then deliver the presents yourself. Okay, so let's look at what I did on the first day. So first of all, I organized my basic scene. So we have our canvas right here, we have all of our scene items, and we have our visual effects, so like our post-processing volume, our directional light, and our management right here for like our game management, our waves, and our nav mesh so that they can actually travel. What you can see in our scene right here though is a couple of different objects. Now we have a basic player. We also have enemies that can spawn at these little spheres right here, these orange spheres. These are spawn points for waves of enemies, and then we have these yellow boxes, which are the actual items you can pick up. Nothing too crazy on the first day. I wanted to get all of the scripts in and all of the gameplay aspect working. So right here you can see how many scripts I worked on in the first day. There may be a lot here, but there's actually not a lot in some of these. Basically, and I've made a lot of these type of scripts before, so things like finding the closest object to you, a camera follow script, a wave manager and wave system script. We have a few others like our main menu that we'll eventually bring in. Basically, I worked on mostly scripts in the first day, and as you can see, there's nothing really to this scene. It's very blank and basic. I spent a long time doing this, pretty much the entire day doing this, more or less. We also have our switch weapons, we have our random rotation and random size here, which is going to allow us to customize objects and randomly spawn objects in with unique properties. We also got our player health, movement and score, and again we've also got our monster related damage and things like that. So yeah, we have all of our scripts right here. If I were to open these up, honestly, they're very basic, they're very simple. You know, this script only has one line to it. Some of these are a little bit more complicated, but it's nothing that I haven't shown before in other game jams and other games in general. So let's just show what we've got right here. So another thing that you're going to see immediately is we're top down, and the camera is focused on this, but if we move around, the camera does not follow. So I was currently working on the first day towards the end a different type of camera system, and I kind of wanted it to feel a bit more enclosed and personal, so I feel of trapped in a specific area. And so I ended up with this fixed camera, which will follow you through the next zone. So if I just go into the next zone right here, you'll see that the camera switches position. All I'm doing is changing the transform dot position to a different position, and I'll do the same thing over here. So all I'm doing is just changing that. Very simple. I do decide a little bit to change the camera to a bit more free roaming and following as a traditional character, because it's a little bit more free, and it's not as confined. So as you can see, that's the camera aspect to it. Next we have the enemies, which are spawned with a health bar. Again, that's the health bar is in the world, and if I attack them with a snowball, you can see the health bar does actually go lower. We also have a health bar as well, down at our bottom right screen on the canvas, which does work. In fact, let me just go and kill one enemy right there, and I can just show you that we can take damage as well. So as you can see, we are taking damage. At the top left of the screen, you'll have a bunch of stats. So how many enemies are alive, which we've got 4. How many enemies are dead, which is 1. Items that we've collected 0 so far, and we've got sweets, which is, if you're American, it's Commandeer, and that's going to be our score we're going to use to open up the map. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go to this item. This is one of the items you can pick up. Press Q, and there we go, a new item has spawned over here. And as you can see, a bunch of enemies have started spawning. We're now on a brand new set of waves. You can see 1 out of 2 right there. And there's going to be a lot more enemies spawning, but again, if we can just kill a couple of these before they kill me. As you can see, it is all working. So it looks very simple, but ultimately this laid the groundwork for the rest of the game jam. All of the basic aspects were in it. The wave system was definitely the longest part of this. And if I do bring it up very quickly, you can see that it is also the longest script that I had to write. So just wait for this to appear. As you can see, it's quite a long script. It's quite extensive, and it took the most time. The rest of it is things I've done well and truly many times in the past in other game jams and things like that, so they weren't too much of an issue. Okay, so that is the first day of the game jam for winter break, and I was pretty happy with it. Overall, it was just like I said, the groundwork, the foundations are now there, and I'll move on to the second day, which I work on specifically the environment. I want to make an actual map that the player can use, and that'll be the main focus for the second day. Okay, so that'll be it. This has been ProTaleDev, and I'll see you next time.